Hello lovely people, how are you today? Today we will talk about one video game that will be released very soon, and it's called The Medium. It will be released on Xbox Series X and also on PC. And I think it's a very interesting video game because the storytelling of this game will be quite special. You know, at the very same time you will have one point of view and a second one. It will be the spiritual realm and the realistic realm. And it's a psychological horror game. So I think it's a very interesting game. But the reason I have made now this video, it's because since the very beginning, the very first second of the first trailer of this game, I have recognized some true locations that exist in our world and that are in this game. And I'm very happy to tell you that I am able to show you those places as a guide, and maybe it will enhance your experience when you will play this game. So let's take our camera or smartphone and let's go outside. Hello lovely people, are you recognizing me? Now I am in ninja stealth mode, but now maybe you will recognize without my hairs. So maybe you are recognizing this place. This is one of the most beautiful places in Europe and probably in the world. This is the main square of Krakow, the main market square, because there is actually another little market square just in the nearby. But so this place is a very important historical place for the human mankind, because it was already included in the very first list of UNESCO heritage back in 1978. So, and it's also one of the biggest medieval main square of the world. And now we will go directly to the subject and talk about the very first monument that is interesting for us today, which is the St. Mary Basilica. So let's go. So now we are in front of the St. Mary Basilica, which will be one of the places which was shown in the trailer here. As you can see, this is a red brick church, and it was built on the 14th century. It has very asymmetrical tower, which is quite fascinating, but we don't know why. But actually there is a legend which says that two brothers were competing each other for making the highest tower as possible. And the very first brother, the oldest one, has started to build the tower. But, you know, the other brother, the younger one, was jealous about the height of this tower and wanted to build a higher one. So that's why you have two towers which doesn't have the same height here. And so you are watching this on the trailer, and I'm very curious if this will be played in the game or not, or maybe if it will just be for the introduction cutscene and after you will not see this building anymore. We will see in less than 3 weeks. And now let's film inside so that you can compare with the trailer. So a very important place also which was included in the first trailer was this building. And this building is the Cloth Hall of Krakow. It was a very strategic place for trade, and you can consider this like the World Trade Center of medieval times. The most important trade was made here in Poland, and Krakow was the capital of Poland during the medieval times. So it was a very strategic place, and you needed to have a covered place in order to have the best condition to make trade. That's why it's covered. You can consider this also like a medieval shopping mall. So It was included in the trailer, but we don't know how much it will be integrated in the game. we will know in 3 weeks, but it's integrated inside the trailer, and it's worth mentioning. And now we will leave the old town and we will travel through time to discover another building which is from a totally different era than the medieval times. So let's go to a different part of the city. So, we were traveling through time, and now we are at the 20th century of Poland. On my right side, you have one modernist building from the 30s, made of cobblestone, and this is the National Museum. But the most important one is this one. It's also a modernist building, and you have probably recognized it if you are interested on the game, because this building will play a huge role in the game, and you will be inside that building a lot. This building is called Hotel Krakowia and was built in the 60s. It's also a modernist building, like the one I have shown you before, but it's made of aluminium instead of cobblestone. And it was made in an era where there was less tension between USA and the Warsaw Pact, and that Poland was able to be more open for tourists, and they wanted to build a big building for, you know, inviting a lot of tourists. And this was actually the biggest and the most modern hotel during that time. And that architecture is very common and was very common in the 60s in Poland. And during the communist time, a lot of commie blocks were made by this architecture, but not from aluminium, but from plaster. So this is a very interesting place that we will see a lot, and it has a really horror vibe actually. It has really a creepy vibe, and that's why they have chosen this place, I guess, for the game. I am just disappointed that, you know, actually we didn't have a creepy weather, you know, so that you would feel the atmosphere even better, but it's okay. And by the way, there is also one anecdote that I want to tell you, but just here is one of the offices of CD Projekt, you know, a very famous Polish company that are making video games like The Witcher and now Cyberpunk. And it's just here also, you know. I wanted to show you those places, but I'm quite curious if there will be some other places of Krakow that will be included in this game. And actually I have also heard somebody who said that this is a brutalist architecture building. This is not brutalism, but there is another building in Krakow that is really brutalist, and that would fit perfectly also for this game, I guess. Who knows? Maybe we will discover in 3 weeks that this building that I am showing you now will be also included in the game, and I think it would fit perfectly. You know, a brutalist building is not a modernist building. A brutalist building is made of naked concrete, and concrete is the most prominent thing in the building. This is brutalism. This is not brutalism, this is modernism. So that's pretty much it. If maybe we will discover in the game that there are more places, I will maybe make an update about this video and include and talk about other monuments of Krakow. Thank you very much for watching this, and have a great day.